And for more on this topic, we're delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Ahmad Badr, our tourism expert. Dr. Ahmad, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you and all the audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. Now, the Ministry of Tourism is organizing many events to celebrate more than one occasion, the first of which is the 200th anniversary of deciphering ancient Egyptian writings and language. Tell us a bit about the significance of this event, Doctor.
Well, there are many events that are being celebrated this year. The 200 years of Egyptology and 100 years of discovering the tomb of King Tut.
Yes.
And later this year, the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum and many other events. It's it's always great to have such an event, especially celebrating our history and especially something like 200 years of Egyptology. Egypt is the only country in the world that has assigned by its name, Egyptology. This is the studying of the Egyptian history. You know,
Yes.
We are.
On that note, on that note, Doctor, let me ask you: how many countries teach Egyptology to their students worldwide? Because it's not just taught in Egypt.
It's taught all over the world. Actually, even the teaching Egyptian history, not just for Egyptologists all around the world, but also to the students, you know, in schools and colleges and high schools. Egypt's history is part of the human history, so that's why all countries around the world, they teach it, part of it, or long or short, depends, but it is being taught all over the world, the West, the East, the Far East, everywhere. So I think we're the only country that is being its history taught all over the world. So that's why you will find it's a dream for almost everybody on earth to come to Egypt to visit and see its history that they studied before.
Absolutely. And how did, Egyptology promote tourism to Egypt in this regard? It's not just about, studying the history of ancient Egyptians, etc., but the desire to come and see it for yourself.
Well, it's always one of the things that connects people to Egypt and driving them to come and see it. It's history, it's a long, rich, very rich history, and it's always been like this, since the times of the ancients. We saw people from all over the world, all through history, coming to study the Egyptian history, and they heard many, many things about the great wonders that our ancient Egyptians built throughout the history. Of course, the pyramids, all the great temples, all the great tombs. So people are really anxious all the time to come and see and witness themselves the greatness of this history and trying to understand the mysteries of how these amazing places were built and how did they challenge the laws of the physics and the mathematics and the engineering and built such wonder places without any of our
technological
equipment. Exactly.
Indeed. And finally, Dr. Ahmad, another event that is being prepared for is the celebration of the centenary of the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. What is the significance of this year's celebration, considering that most of the King's collection, the King Tut collection, has arrived at the Grand Egyptian Museum?
King Tut, actually, he is, his tomb was the only tomb till today that was discovered totally, without any missing piece or without being robbed before. So his collection is full and it's complete. This is the importance of King Tut, and celebrating his the 100 years of since it was discovered in 1922. That's also a good event to remind the world of this amazing discovery, and we are looking for more discoveries like this. We still didn't discover yet all our wonders, all our history still being discovered every day, and we see this in almost every month. The Ministry of Antiquities and Tourism, they announce new discoveries all over Egypt. That's why we have more to be discovered, and hopefully one day we'll discover a tomb as important as King Tut.
Absolutely. Right, I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Ahmad Badr, our tourism expert. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.